Okay, Michaels, let's check your navigation skills. Tell me if we're still on course.
Yes, sir. Still Station Bravo, Sector 12, International Waters, Sea of Japan. We're about 5 minutes a turn.
Okay, good. Now, that Russian trawler, is it still behind us? If so, shadowing us at what range?
Yes, sir. It's directly astern at 2 miles.
Okay, good.
What if they find so interesting about this tug? I guess that ship's captain must have even lower seniority than ours. Geez, if we're bored, what about the crew following us?
Who cares? They're enemy spies.
Enemy? You buy that propaganda?
What do you mean by propaganda? Don't you know how dangerous communism is?
No Russian or Vietnamese ever did anything to me. I certainly don't see anything threatening in their dinky rice paddies. There's no way they can attack the U.S.
Did you see how communism will take over all of Southeast Asia and the whole world if we don't stop them here?
Yeah, right. If communism's so bad, why would it spread so rapidly? And if democracy is so strong, how could it be so fragile? Ever since I was in high school, our own government's been sending shiploads of wheat to Russia. Why?
Well, because it's up to us to create world stability.
Yuck. Come on, stability? We buy the wheat from them so people don't starve and revolt. The Ruskies stay in power, keep the money they didn't need to feed their people. They spend that on AK-47s they give to the Chinese and the Viet Cong. Now they're armed so we can fear them. Our own tax money builds evil boogeymen. Then we're drafted to go fight them.
That's not how it goes.
Sure it is. We pay for their weapons, then our government grabs draftees to shoot back at them. Pretty good deal for somebody.
You're warped. Look, I don't have time to explain it all to you. They should have done that in high school. Just know that there's a bigger picture. Besides, our elected officials know what's best. Your mission is to listen to and follow orders, not to question politics.
J'avoue, we will follow the Führer's orders to the end. We will not question him. Glory to the Reich. Death to our many enemies.
You're just a fucking hippie. How the hell do you ever become an officer?
Oh, dude, I was in like the wrong line back at UT. Hey, look at the stars, man. You think some little green star dudes are watching us? By the way, dude, I'd throw away that hanky, or do you save him to sniff later?
Fuck you.
That's fuck you, sir!
Hey, don't sit in the captain's chair. You wouldn't like that.
Ever seen this captain? Do you know the captain really exists? Calgon, take me away. Anyway, what are they going to do? Put me in a boring ship on a do-nothing mission with an anti-commie foamer? Make me a civilian? Anyway, you know the captain never comes out here. We might have to make a decision about something.
Yeah, but XO wouldn't like it either.
He's just blowhard. Little loser is picked on in junior high. A loudmouth schmuck who can't make it in the real world. Hey, it's just another mid-watch in the middle of nowhere. Good thing for us we're such highly trained naval officers, eh? Takes skill to precisely steam around in circles all night.
Milling about smartly. Sounds like my life. The boredom just kills me. I thought the Navy would be more exciting and even interesting.
If you wanted excitement, you should have volunteered for those plastic boats in Nam. I didn't have a choice. You did. You picked this ship steaming around uselessly in the Sea of Japan. Why?
That river patrol excitement comes a real sudden end. I know 5, 6 guys that come home in pieces, and one just disappeared.
Was that a Connie? No, there's one. Come on, you had a choice where to go. For us college kids, it was ROTC scholarship, pretend to be queer, go to Canada, or get sucked into the meat grinder. Most of my friends bought that bunk about saving America over in Vietnam. High schools just pound that domino theory BS into you. Yeah, I just miss getting drafted. Luckily, I met a few people who wised me up to the reasons why we have these wars. Hey, you're shipping over from enlisted man to about another 6 years. If you hate the Navy so much, how come you re-enlisted? You know? And why did they make you an intel officer? That was supposedly your rating when you enlisted, right?
Who told you that?
I was in the ship's admin office when your paperwork came in. It seems like your record weighed about 10 pounds. Plus, you're a little old for boot ensign. Only thing, a lot of your record was newly typed up, same typewriter, same paper, lots of revisions.
Well, I wasn't.
Excuse me, sirs. Mr. Michaels, that message that you got, you asked me to remind
Message,
you? Yes, sir.
yes, thank you, Heyman. I've had all this Mickey Mouse steaming around, steaming away from the enemy, hippie officers, Congress pandering to protesters. Sometimes I think it's meaningless. There's just no way out. Five bells, 0230. Felix, I gotta hit the head. Too much coffee.
Okay, yeah. See if you can be standing up like a big boy. Flush all by yourself. God, how do you ever make it through high school? Don't fall in! This is Mr. McAfee out of the deck and the con. XO, it's been too long. Even in this calm sea, Michael's gonna have trouble staying afloat. Why don't we turn around and search for him? It's SOP. And where's the captain?
Maccabee, you're always trying to find some kind of hook in things.
And there usually is one, especially when he's around.
You say.
Those intel types are always up to some sneaky shit. Especially when peace is about to break out. All I want to know is, it's been at least 6 hours since we last saw Michaels. How long can he last if we don't turn back for him?
Listen, Maccabee,
All I want to know is, are we going to turn around?
no, Lieutenant, and that's enough. It's probably too late anyway.
Well, if I fell overboard, I hope you turn around for me. We practiced picking up man overboard dummies for months. Then when someone actually falls over, we just steam on. I wonder what Simplac fleet would have to say about that.
Mr. Maccabee, the captain knows his duties. Lieutenant JG should know his place.
What are you going to do? Fire me? Make me a civilian? Oh, hurt me. Hurt me.
Oh, yes, the masochist says, hurt me. The sadist says no. Sir, should we include Mr. McAbee's statement in today's report?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, go ahead. It'll save me the postage. And so what are we going to say to Michael's family when they ask if you tried to save him?
Yeoman Heyman fully investigated Maccabee's disappearance, or Michael's disappearance before you even knew he was gone. And I've left him in charge of investigating and reporting anything that questionable that goes on aboard my ship.
A yeoman is responsible for your ship?
That's right. And the captain's unavailable. And Heyman discovered a suicide note among Michael's things. Didn't you, Heyman?
Suicide note. Oh, yes, sir, suicide note.
So now you see why I didn't turn the ship around and try to rescue Michael's. No?
No, XO, I don't. Navy SOP would still be to circle back to try to save him or to recover the body.
Heyman? Will you excuse us for a moment?
Sir.
Listen, I didn't want to say this, but there's a matter of national security. There happens to be a Russian trawler back there following us, just anxious to pick up any information it can about the ship's maneuverability.
Ooh, evil. Let me get this straight. You don't want the Russians to know we have the super secret capability to actually turn the ship around 180 degrees. You're right. What would they do with such important strategic knowledge?
Don't get smart with me. Just know that there's more at stake than your need to know. And I've already told you more than I should. Any more questions will be insubordination. That'll do, Mr. Maccabee. Dismissed!
Who sent the captain's kick out without authorization? Why isn't there a qualified coxswain manning it?
Heyman?
Official message, eyes only. Body events in Michael's retrieved by Soviet trawler, your area. Send USS's richest boat to meet theirs at coordinates below. Total secrecy required. Secretary of State Fritz sends personally. Report completion directly, omitting chain of command.
Jeez, those Russians, they just stuffed Michaels into a body bag. He was an officer, God damn it!
Holy shit! That's the real reason why we didn't turn back. Michaels was supposed to land on that trawler. They were supposed to think he was trying for suicide. I bet you had him take a camera along, didn't you? It wasn't suicide. It was a weak, dopey spy mission. Another one of your bungled attempts to get that fourth strike. You motherfucker!
You don't have any idea of what you're talking about. I'll tell the captain, this mission is over.
There's absolutely nothing sacred to you guys. What the hell am I doing here?
Sir, this is for you. Yes, yes. Glad to hear. Are you set? Are you in position? I think so. Only in the event that you see me. Right. We just don't know at this point. All right, fine. Thank you. But please, hurry.
Heyman, what are you...
Well, Maccabee, thank you for coming. Heyman, by the way, doesn't exist, but it's a name you know, so it will do for now. Take a seat, my dear boy.
Yeah, your note said you had some news about Michaels?
Well, yes, and an offer. Well, a final offer. You see, I'm afraid you just won't seem to let this Michaels suicide drop. And all these questions, the letters, you've become quite a thorn in our side.
How do you know?
Well, we've intercepted all of your letters, and there are messages to CNO and NIS. Well, this little incident was supposed to blow over, but it just hasn't gone away. And even though we've settled with Michael's family,
We?
well, yes, I mean, all that took was some money. You, however, with your strange quest for justice and truth, answers, you're costing us too much time and trouble. Well, there are those who want to disappear you.
Huh?
You know, another suicide, or yes, maybe a crazed lone gunman. Oh, that one always works. But given your energy and intelligence, I thought instead it'd be, if we explained it to you a bit, something of the big picture, you might actually make a better ally than, well, if not.
Okay, you're not a Navy yeoman, you're big and manly and run some killer cabal. I'm impressed. In the meantime, how's a guy get a beer around here?
Oh, well, of course. Barkeep, service.
Holy shit, Michaels, I thought you were...
Real or was it Memorex? Rumors of my demise or strictly premature?
Well, firstly, oh boy, to set things aright. You surmised that Michaels was part of a plan to get aboard the trawler and to take some photos. That was part of it. But our barkeep here bungled it, so to speak. Our Russian friends caught on, and it was only through calling in some diplomatic favors that we got Michaels back. I personally didn't care if they kept him, but we didn't want our Mikey to tarry with them for very long. They might have offered him a better deal.
A better deal?
But he wanted a discharge from the Navy and his boring life, and so that's the deal we made. New life, no nagging wife, and a name, and a little money.
Damn little.
Well, Quantum Merowit, my boy. You bungle, you tumble. You got a new identity and steady civilian employment out of it. And your life.
Okay, so you sneaked him back. Again, so what? One more dumb spy mission blown.
Like most of the rabble, you just don't get the big picture at all, do you?
Yeah, sure, I know. The domino theory, save the world for democracy.
Democracy! Country sides? Us and them don't exist. Figments to keep the unwashed distracted, like football, TV, bread and circuses. Who do you think really runs the world? Your president? Congress? The UN? Well, not a bit of it. Foreign investors own the paper on your whole country. You fought for the British oil in World War I and II. Elections, wars, bah! Doesn't matter who wins, they all borrow from us. Today the Soviets are bad, tomorrow they'll be good. And just as long as there's a boogeyman to keep the rabble scared. I think it was Goethe who said, none are so hopelessly enslaved as those who falsely believe they are free. Yes. You see, that's you, my friend.
What's the point of it all then?
Money. Money. Glorious money, huge money, but real money. The kind that brings power, not your silly Federal Reserve notes. Your gold may be in Fort Knox, but it has our name on it.
So who are you?
Nobody really, just a well-paid errand boy, so to speak, but very well paid. Ah, you look puzzled. Well, it's really a fun job, you see. Lots of travel, the best hotels and meals, and some fun play acting. Point the finger, someone drops.
Money? So banks are behind all this?
No, my boy. You're still thinking too small. We lend the banks, even countries, their money. Both sides of every war since Napoleon's time. Oh, it's so lucrative.
So it's the Rockefellers?
Ah, Pikers, Hicks, Nouveau Riche.
It's the Rothschilds?
Well, you're getting warmer, but Jews, well, no. We forced them out long ago. They just sell wine now. You've never recognized the real names. These people live in their own circles. They live on their own islands, well guarded. Let's just call them the Satori, those in the know. The people you see as leaders, captains of industry, bah, mere mandarins, puppets, lapdogs, ex-spittles. No, the USA rules the free world, does it? Nah. You're the country of ignorant hayseeds. Well, yeomen, if you will.
Wars? Economic slavery? All over money?
Now, don't underestimate money, my boy. It can be quite useful, you know.
How'd you get on the inside?
Well, this wasn't easy. Mostly it's a matter of just riding the waves and staying out of trouble, so to speak. But one rises by knowing what to do without, or by not being told, by being willing to take the blame for others, to be the dirty, visible hand of the untouched, invisible few.
How are you any better off than the rest of us?
Well, over time, you've changed from a free country to an independent, free country of independent believers into meek followers, sheep. Sure, we the sheeple, I might say. Someone must tend you, protect you from even yourselves. I figured, why not be on the side of the shepherds?
You mean the wolves? You should totally slaughter a few thousand of us every now and again in some dumb war. They fleece the rest of us all the time.
MacB, there's one thing I learned floating out there waiting for that trawler. Just same in life, just bob like the cork on a stormy sea. Don't question authority. Don't tell the windmills just float above the waves, but below the radar. Just be the cork. This goes well beyond him. They're power hungry. They're sick. They call the shots. The only way to survive is just be the cork.
Go wipe your bar. We can give you an out. We can arrange a nice job, better than this. maybe with a big oil company, how's that? And a new identity, pop right out of the military, honorable discharge, of course, and save 100,000 for severance pay. Yeah, it's right here, but really it's better than you deserve. It's good business. You'd better take it. But if you decide now, though, you can stay here in the bar and start on with us. Or you can go. But if you do, you're on your own.
I can talk, tell where Michaels is. You know, he can't keep a secret.
No, probably not, but no one would believe you. A few news stories would make sure of that, and, well, in your case, we probably wouldn't take the chance. We'd just point the finger, and, well, you remember JFK? You're no Jack Kennedy, sonny.
You'd have to look over your shoulder.
Someday, we'll have camps for people like you. Remote, hidden, where a silly Bill of Rights means nothing. For now, though, we offer you this deal. An incentive for becoming, as he says, a cork, but putting a cork in it.
I can also call Goita. Fuck you!
Oh, dear. I tried. You do. Nicely done, old chap. Sorry it came to that, but I'm in your debt, so to speak. Oh, yeah, that's clearly a double, maybe triple, who knows. But it just had to be. Well, ta-ta. So, you know, that could have been you.
Who, me? I'm just a quiet little quirk, bobbing on a stormy sea.
Well, at least we're done with that little bother. I have to be off, Mikey. I have things to do, people to kill, whatever. It's a nice life. Just keep rubbing on the bar and understand that your silence is of utmost importance to your future. Best I can tell you. There we are. Very nice. Ta-ta, Mikey. Have a good life.
Just be a quirk, damn quirk, and hope there's a God and pray a lot.